Sheffield started in 2003, and at that time there were only 5 employees. Within a year and a half, Sheffield was able to move to Kentbelt Industrial Park, and from there the company continued growing to now being able to build our own premise.
And within 5 years, we found adjoining place and we were now in a 20,000 square foot space. And so did grow other resources like human resources. Within 5 years, we were from 5 people, 50 people. The company's turnover from 30 million in 5 years raised to 150 million shillings. The scope of works that we were handling grew, the geography grew, applications grew. So we were offering now very huge, very large solutions to our clients. We were now a brand to reckon. Every solution that we provide is unique to that customer. We are not a catalog company where the client puts their finger on and say, I want a 4-burner cooker and a fryer. We hardly are taking interest in that. So the methodology that Sheffield adopts in carrying out any project is very unique. It may be a standard generic formula in other places, but it's a very sincere approach that has been adopted in this company. One thing that is very well understood in the company is that no 2 applications are similar.
So when you're designing a kitchen, there are some requirements that we need as a department.
We first look at what the client wants. We hear the client and we do have some generic questions from them. What is the expectation of the client? What is the budget? Where the installation is happening? When will it happen? What is the business formula? And how many number of people they want to get served, etc. And then that information is interpreted in form of a design.
The first thing we do is brainstorming. We discuss on the flow of the kitchen, and that helps us to know what kind of equipment do we give. Then we do sketches, hand sketches. That's when we now go to the software and we soften it. So after we do the layout, we also do the bill of quantities. So from that, the salespeople are able to develop a quote.
For a salesperson, we do not term sales as, going out there, bringing in the customer and the customer paying. We will actualize that sale when you've brought in that customer. Yes, it's the first step. They pay, it's the second step, and production starts happening. So whatever that has been put on paper is being actualized.
So after approval, we do the service layout.
So we give shapes to ideas, better than what client expects. We hear the client, we then add value to it and then give them a solution which the client, once they see it in 3D, once the goods are ready, even mostly we get the remark, it is better than what we expected. So we choose materials, we choose equipment, or we fabricate and design equipment to fit in that space. So there is a sequence of things to do and sequence in a design. It is applicable to a simplest kitchen like the one you have at your house. If you check, the smallest kitchen will have a space to store, space to prepare, space to cook, space to serve, and space to wash. Even a small counter will have these spaces. So in a larger environment, the kitchen design has to take care of many such things.
There are also things that are looked at. One, the salesperson is convinced that they've had an order, their quotation is set up, they've agreed on payment terms. The finance also looks at the financials in this. We also run looking at what are the costings that will run in the whole, if it is a project or even if it is a trade. And once all this is set up, then planning department is able to hold an internal meeting with the various departments. This could include accounts, could include production, service and logistics people, and the stores people and the purchasing people.
In which represent the beating heart of any manufacturing company. Its main purpose is to minimize the production time cost and maximize the output.
Where people are meeting, they're just, agreeing on, different perspectives of the job card. They could be requiring the material for doing out the whole process. So purchasing comes in, stores come in just to make sure that this material is in place. Production needs to work with a plan of knowing this is our delivery date. So by this time we should have finished. Accounts needs to look at when are we receiving this money so that we know how to run out the whole process.
Now this is only what has been put on paper, the drawings and all that from the design team. We really don't know the outcome of the design until it's gone to production.
Now the process normally involve, they normally have cutting and bending. After bending is when they go to assembly. After now doing the part list.
The part lists are really generated by the design people, and the part lists normally show the number or the quantity of material that are supposed to be undertaken on that particular project.
We are involved in taking solution to the client doorstep. Our process starts when the order comes in. Before the fabrication starts or any processing, we go to the client. We foresee the challenges that can appear by how things will come in, the utilities that will be required, that is power, how we will do ventilation. Then we liaise that information to our internal departments, that is production, service, and imports.
There are two things we import: raw materials, that is stainless steel sheets, stainless steel tubes. That is mainly the raw materials for what we manufacture here at Sheffield. The other things we import are finished products. So we are talking about things like fryers, we are talking about ovens, fridges, items used in commercial kitchens.
To ensure that our importation cycle of reordering materials for stocking or for jobs is efficient, and making sure that the system that deals with the acquisition of materials, the warehousing of materials, and ensuring that all the jobs material requirements are satisfied. All the local purchases that are done also for jobs is done on time and is efficient on jobs. We also have to ensure the stores are well organized, that our staff understand the systems of the warehousing systems in terms of proper goods arrangements, proper movement of goods and handling, and also ensuring that the goods are made readily available. We have accurate numbers in terms of audit, mitigating or ensuring that we have sufficient stocks for our clients and for our demand internally.
Every job that comes to Sheffield is looked at as an opportunity to create something different, something unique, because there is no way we can create so many solutions in our showroom to show to the customers what can be created. Our showroom presently is only 10,000 square foot, whereas each kitchen is 5,000 square foot, 10,000 square foot, 2,000 square foot, 300 square foot. So for us, every kitchen that we do, every solution that we do is a showroom for us, is a reference point, is something which we can demonstrate the client with, that how they get value out of what they pay us. It's an agenda number one. If somebody pays us $100, we want to make sure they get a value of $150.
We sell and we service and maintain this equipment. We tend to have a base knowledge of the flow of this, both information and activities, and we are better placed to solve most of the problems that come up in kitchen equipment.
Sheffield is a home to the most exciting, inspirational and innovative people, and all of us, we are working as a team. We have the most qualified and skilled employees in all our departments. What makes our employees happy is for them to feel that they belong. They are working together as a team. They are also able to relate on one-on-one basis anytime. Sheffield is also a family because we share our lunch together, we work together, and if there's any event, we also work together.
We were the youngest company in the market. We were competing with companies which were 50-year-old or more, who were recognized brands, and suddenly we came in. Sheffield became a premium brand. We did just the right things required. On-time delivery, optimum pricing. The biggest thrust that we put on was the services after installation. That is what was missing in the link when we started this business. And that's where we put in. So I made sure the expertise, the number of people, the tooling were invested in when it came to installation, the customer training, Sheffield technical trainings, partnership with overseas suppliers. All this was carefully chosen and implemented.